Hello and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News channel. Today we're going to talk about Internet Computer. Yes, ICP. You know that crypto that launched extremely high in market cap and then promptly fell off the top 10, dashing the dreams of several would-be millionaires and making them very, very poor indeed. Well, now we might have some hope for ICP. Now, just for disclosure, I don't own any ICP and I don't have any wishes to actually invest in ICP. To me, ICP looks much more centralized than any other cryptos. But it might now be an Ethereum Layer 2 scaling solution. Most Ethereum Layer 2 scaling solutions are somewhat centralized, so it may actually work like that. There is actually a bridge now where you can actually use to transact Ethereum native assets. This is from Cointelegraph at faster speeds and lower costs and store them directly on chain. It is much cheaper to store data per gigabyte per year on Internet Computer than it is on Ethereum. So the bridge was actually developed by this company called Psychedelic. It is a Web 3.0 development studio and it builds solutions for ICP. They launched this thing called Terabithia. Now this is not only limited to Internet Computer, but ICP is the first one on this bridge. Terabithia is going to be a cross-chain contract communication and asset mirroring protocol, and it starts with Internet Computer. It's the first one. Users will have the ability to mirror and use any ETH tokens, both fungible and non-fungible, on ICP and vice versa, and that will effectively turn the Internet Computer into a Layer 2 scaling solution for Ethereum. So it's not like we might see some competition for Polygon, Optimism, and Arbitrum as this bridge comes through, because when you actually bridge these chains, you effectively make all the other chains Layer 2 scaling solutions. Obviously, the other chains are still Layer 1 by themselves, but you can actually use them to scale Ethereum. So they're trying to tackle the problem of Ethereum network congestion. ICP isn't really that popular, but maybe it will be now since people are going to start using it for Ethereum scaling. ICP does use a reverse gas model where developers supply the funds needed to run the applications or contracts that use their gas known as cycles. Not exactly sure how that works. I don't know that much about ICP, but I know like most people don't have high opinions of ICP. Part of that is because that it hasn't performed all that well, though, because people always equate performance with how good a project is, which a lot of times is not true. But you know, that's how people see it. So you know, that's just how it goes in the market. They say the Internet Computer is 700% faster than Solana, where in Ethereum it costs $199 million to store a gigabyte worth of data annually. Didn't know it costs so much. ICP only costs $552 a year, so it's obviously a lot more economical to store data in ICP. But if it's just a big centralized database, not really sure how useful that's going to be. And this allows for decentralized apps that actually run at web speed with unbounded capacity in terms of data or cost. But we have to talk about how centralized or decentralized Internet Computer is and like the consequences of that. And they further added that the unbounded capacity also means that NFTs can be stored entirely on-chain. That is true looking at the cost, because a gigabyte for only $552 a year is not very expensive. So obviously, this is actually quite good for ICP. I don't know how many people are going to actually use it, but something like this could actually get people to buy ICP because, you know, like, it could actually get more projects onto ICP now that some people are going to use it for ETH scaling. People are always looking for Layer 2 options because Ethereum itself costs way too much to use on the base layer. So right now they basically have Polygon, they have Arbitrum, and they have Optimism. But maybe ICP and other chains through this Terra bridge thing will actually be options as well. And ICP being the first one is going to get the most press. You know, the first mover advantage in something is pretty big, and in terms of like scaling something like Ethereum, if that can be the first like other Layer 1 chain that can be used as a Layer 2 to scale Ethereum, this actually could be big. This could also be the only thing that saves ICP, because ICP's performance has kind of sucked, and it's kind of like falling to the wayside. So this actually could get some more noticeability for ICP. So if you are a desperate ICP holder, this might be your salvation. I personally still don't really like ICP, and I don't want to buy it, but it gives it a little bit glimmer of hope, which could be dashed upon the rocks anytime in the future. Because there will be other competitors, but it looks like ICP is a really fast chain. And in terms of layer 2 scaling solutions, a lot of layer 2s are centralized, so even if ICP is centralized, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think, like and subscribe, and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you, and have a nice day.